It's one thing for a grown-up to commit a brutal crime like murder, but it's a whole other tragedy when the culprit is a child. With their innocence shattered and the weight of a colossal mistake crashing down upon their fragile shoulders, they come face to face with the unforgivable blade of law. Here are 5 cases where minors were responsible for another's death and were dealt with justly. Case 1. Derek. Starting off with the extremely gruesome case of 13-year-old Derek Rosa, who brutally stabbed his own mother while she slept. Authorities said Derek attacked his mother, Irina Garcia, over 40 times. After that, he called an online friend and sent the person 3 pictures, 2 of which included his deceased mother and the 3rd being a selfie. Following is the interrogation room video of the officers talking to Derek after he's...
Now, we are investigating an incident that happened, where you called police, okay? Before we ask you any questions, we want to make sure that you know this. And if you want a chance to explain yourself, the only way that we would be able to take your statement is if you agree to talk to us without the presence of an attorney. If you do, go ahead and sign right here.
What's an attorney?
An attorney is someone that can represent you in legal matters. Okay?
You know what a lawyer is?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. By you signing that, you're wanting to give us a statement without the presence of a lawyer. You understand that?
Yes.
Is that your wish?
Yes, my wish.
Okay.
Can you send your last name too?
Yeah.
Before jumping straight into the matter, the officers follow protocol and read Derek his Miranda rights. They then allow him to choose whether he wants to talk to the officers without the presence of a lawyer, and he agrees to speak without the attorney. Now that the formalities are out of the way, the officers will dig into the events that led this 13-year-old here.
Okay. Derek, let's start with this morning. You slept at your house last night, right?
Yeah.
Do you go back and forth between staying with your mom and your dad, or no? Or you usually just live with your mom?
It's really hard to explain. One weekend, I'm with my mom, and the other weekend, I'm with my dad. No, I'm not with my dad a whole week. Only 2 days.
Only weekends.
But not every weekend.
Where does your dad live?
Don't know.
You don't know? But is it in Miami, down here somewhere?
It's in Broward.
In Broward?
Yeah.
Okay. But last night you slept at your mom's house?
Yes.
Okay.
What the officers are doing right now is simply gathering as much information as they can about the moments leading up to the crime. While all of this may seem like irrelevant information, it actually is very helpful, as it can be used to cross-check the suspect's statements later on to determine whether there are any inconsistencies in the story.
Let's get into what happened tonight. Were you do you communicate with people over the phone? Were you talking? Tell me what happened tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Well, at around like 10, I went to bed.
Okay.
My mom did too.
Is that your regular time?
Like
9?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys explain to me about the apartment. You have your own room?
Yes.
And your mom?
Yes, she has her own room.
She has her own room. And your sister?
She stays in the same room as my mom.
Stays in the same room as your mom? And tonight, who was all there?
Me, my mom, and my sister.
Okay.
The officer is now getting closer to the events of the night, slowly easing his way into the topic instead of barraging questions and potentially raising Derek's guard up. Derek states that on that particular night of the crime, he actually went to sleep early, around 10 o'clock. However, he woke up not soon after with dangerous intentions.
I woke up.
You killed her? All right. What type of knife was it? Do you know?
It was just a big size kitchen knife.
That big?
Yeah.
What color was the handle?
Purple.
Purple?
Yes.
Okay. Your mom was sleeping?
Yeah, she was sleeping.
Okay. Explain to me. Well, we'll get into that a little later. What did you do after you killed her?
In this bone-chilling part of the interrogation, Derek admits to waking up, going to his mother's room, and killing her in cold blood. He describes the ghastly details of the event, expressing no emotion, let alone remorse. From this point on, he only gets more descriptive.
My stepdad he owns 2 guns. He has a Glock 19,
Okay.
and then, I don't know what it's called, another one.
Okay. What color are they?
The Glock 19 is black, and then the other one has a silver slide and then like a dark bluish handle.
Okay. So, what did you do with the guns?
He always has his Glock 19 with him at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And since he's a truck driver, he wasn't at home, he was far away.
Okay.
So I went into the closet.
Mm-hmm.
I found his book bag because he goes shooting at gun ranges.
Okay.
I grabbed the gun. I put the magazine in the gun. I
Okay.
pulled back the slide, but I didn't want to shoot myself.
Okay.
I intended to shoot myself before, but I couldn't.
Okay.
It is truly traumatizing to hear the 13-year-old vividly explain how he almost pulled the trigger on himself after committing the brutal crime. If there is any silver lining to this situation, it is that he left the newborn baby, his 1-week-old sister, unharmed during this crazy rampage. However, she will grow up without a mother and will have to deal with that scar for the rest of her life.
I decided to call my friends to tell them what happened, and then I said goodbye to my friends.
You called them before you decided to try to shoot yourself or afterwards?
After.
Okay. How many friends did you call?
Only one.
What's his name?
I don't know his real name, he's an online friend.
He's an online friend?
Yeah.
When you say online friend, what do you mean, from video games?
Yes, from video games. I know him real well.
Okay. How long have you known him?
Since like I was 10, 3 years.
3 years?
3
Have you ever met him?
No, I've seen the face.
You seen his face?
Yeah.
So how did you communicate with him?
My cell phone.
Through your cell phone, so you have his number?
Yes.
And you don't have him stored under a certain name, or you have him stored under a gamer tag?
I made up a name for him.
Derek then explains how he texted his online friend straight away, an individual who he doesn't even know personally. Sometimes it's easier to reach out to people who are not connected with the situation at all than confess to a close loved one.
He said he couldn't believe it.
Okay. Does Sweden live down here in Florida?
He lived real far.
Real far?
Yeah. In America though.
In America?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you hung up the phone?
I said goodbye.
Okay. And then what did you do?
I was going to shoot myself, but I decided I didn't want to do that, and I called 911.
Okay. And what did you tell 911? Okay. And they kept you on the phone?
Yes, until the cops came.
Until the cops came. Do you remember what else you told the 911 operator?
My address, my name, what I was wearing,
Okay.
and my age, and my date of birth.
Were you wearing the same clothes you're wearing now?
Yeah,
There's some red stains there. Is that blood?
I think it is.
Okay.
I have a little bit of blood on my hands.
And your hands too?
Yes.
Okay.
Even his friend was taken aback by Derek's horrifying confession. At that moment, the friend must have wondered how unreliable and unknown online friends can really be. Derek then nonchalantly explains how he still has evidence of his crimes on his hands and his shirt.
And then she woke up.
Yes.
Did you say anything else to her? Did she say anything to you or no?
No, she just screaming.
She just screamed.
Yes.
Okay. Why did you stab your mom? Why did you kill your mother? Do you know?
Do I have to say it now?
Yeah, get it off your chest. Absolutely.
I can wait for a lawyer.
Okay, at this point, you want a lawyer?
Maybe not.
We can't. No, listen. Just so you understand, okay? You have mentioned or asked us, should you wait for a lawyer? We're not here to advise you on whether to talk to a lawyer or not. That decision is yours, okay? But if you are requesting a lawyer at this point, we can't interview you any further. You understand? We have to stop the interview.
Okay.
Do you want us to stop the interview?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then this interview will end right now.
It is.
Unfortunately, the reason why Derek killed his mother remains unanswered as he requests a lawyer at the final moment. This promptly ends the interview, and the reason is not even discovered until this day. However, it is speculated the motive must have something to do with the entry of his stepfather into his mother's life and the subsequent birth of his stepsister. As a result of his vile actions, Derek is charged with murder. Case 2. Porfirio. There's a reason people tell you to choose your friends wisely, as Amber was hanging out with her brother at a friend's house in Cuesta when she was shot and killed by 14-year-old Porfirio Brown. Porfirio had unsupervised access to the guns his father owned, and on that fateful day, Amber became his victim. Amber's father, Joshua Archuleta, claimed that while he was at work, his 14-year-old son called him in a panic, claiming his sister Amber had been shot. Joshua Archuleta immediately threw everything down to go to Cuesta. When he arrived there, he was faced with the horrifying scene of his fatally shot daughter's body. 911 was immediately called, and the following is the footage of first responders on the scene.
You said you do have a full scout.
Test Central to Latier Fire. If you could proceed to the area of...
Is she alive?
Is there anything I can get?
Road, again,
She still has a pulse, bud.
Amber's brother can be seen frantically pacing around the scene, wondering whether his sister is alive or not. It is truly a gut-wrenching sight for a minor to see his beloved sister teetering on the line between life and death. The officers are currently not updated on what has transpired, so they're trying to figure that out.
Check the pulse.
I just did. It was there.
Where is she shot?
That's what I'm trying to
Maybe
find.
the front of the face. I don't know.
Walking while she got shot. Can you show me on the street where it was?
Supposedly it's a drive-by that happened near the road.
At that moment, Porfirio tells the officers that Amber was shot in a drive-by shooting, which is a complete lie. But the officers have no choice right now than to trust his word, and so they step onto the road to see if they can find any evidence of the crime.
I'm looking for a casing too down there. I'm not seeing anything yet. They said it happened down here on the street, and that's where I'm looking. Hey Siri. Okay Google. Call Chief.
Sure, calling Chief.
I'm not sure if it was down here. He said it seemed like they carried her up here, but this was closed. So I'm guessing they carried her through here.
The officers try searching the road to see if anything can explain how the shooting happened. It is at this stage that the verdict comes in. Amber is officially pronounced dead as her wavering pulse entirely disappears.
So we gotta shut it down, clear the scene.
Your copy is down, great.
Thank you. Let's get some tape and start taping everything off.
Tape everything off. Put the unit in the road. I want to block off whatever we can. I understand, sir. Can you talk to me for just a couple minutes? The EMS just pronounced her deceased.
Oh my God, man.
So,
She's gone. She's gone. Can I please go see her?
yes, sir. I'll have one of my guys meet you. I'm trying to stay out here to block this off.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
404, 406. You have the father walking in now. He's got carpenter knee pads on, a blue t-shirt and a baseball cap. I'm sorry, sir. My condolences. I'm honestly, I'm gonna do my damnedest to figure out what happened. I'm sorry.
I don't know, but my son called me. Oh my God, I don't know. I can't be.
But the most heartbreaking moment is when her father is told about this news. It must be the worst news on the planet for a father to come rushing to see if their child is alive or not, only to find out that they have passed away. Even the officer seems emotional as he promises to figure out what happened. From this moment on, the real investigation starts as witnesses in the situation start explaining what they saw, and a horrifying reality becomes apparent.
We were all chilling, having a good old time, and we just like went to his backyard and like we're done messing with his goats and shit. And we ended up going to the front, and we ended up going back into his house. And then next thing you know, he pulls out, like, I think it's a revolver, the one that has like a spinning barrel.
Okay.
He pulls out one of those.
It was a handgun?
Yeah.
Okay, who does?
And then he ends up pointing it at her, and she went to go.
Give me 1 second, okay? Pulled out a 22. Was it a 22? What kind of revolver do you know?
I don't know my guns.
You just know that it was a revolver handgun, right?
Yeah, all I know is one of those spin.
Got you. Okay.
And he points it at her, and she went to go like take it away from her face, right? All of a sudden, you just hear a boom. I look, and I see her fall to the ground. Next thing you know, she starts to bleed.
So he shot her in the face with the handgun?
Porfirio's claim that Amber was shot in a drive-by shooting is debunked, as the witness states she saw him pull out a handgun and then shoot the little girl in the face. The absolute sadness and terror can be heard in the witness's voice as she confesses to seeing Porfirio murder Amber. More details are then uncovered.
Did somebody start cleaning up blood?
Oh, I think I really didn't see him do it all that much, but
May I say something? Is it okay if I speak to him? Tell him what he wanted you to help him do. He asked you to help him carry you to the roadside so he could say it was a drive-by.
When I forgot about that, but when like he was like over there, when he said he was gonna kill himself, he kept asking me if like to get her to the road, to say like somebody drove by and shot her, like a drive-by.
There was a story of a vehicle driving by.
Oh, yeah, he made that story up whenever he shot her and took her outside.
What did he tell you about that?
He tried to make up the story that a drive-by happened right next to that dumpster in front of his on the road.
As more witnesses expose Porfirio, his entire lie-filled story comes crumbling down to the ground. It's disturbing how cold and calculated a 14-year-old can be. And now that the officers are certain that Porfirio is the murderer, all that's left is to confront him. Before that, they encounter the suspect's father, William Brown.
Come on out, man.
He's not talking to nobody.
We're gonna sit over here, bro.
He's not sitting over here.
Oh, it's your boy?
Yeah, it's my boy. We talked to an attorney. Any question, anything can be done through him.
Okay, we're just trying to make sure. Is this the scene where it happened?
It is
well,
now.
the body's in the back. There's no scene. There's nothing in here.
Okay, I need you guys to step on out.
Brown, come on.
We can't. No.
I need you guys to step on out.
You have a warrant?
There's gonna be a warrant.
Well,
we have detectives on the way. We need you guys to step on out now.
We've tried cooperating. These guys have already let people go that were here.
So what's the issue?
There's an issue because why are we supposed to sit here?
You live here?
Yeah, I live here. This is my home.
Okay. Are there any neighbors that we can talk to?
There's
where you can hang out?
No. There's not.
What's your name, bro?
William Brown. William Brown. There's not any neighbors we can hang out. What are we supposed to do?
Huh?
What are we supposed to do?
Well, step on out.
No.
We have detectives on the way. They're going to interview you.
No, they're not. An attorney is going to be present.
You can call your attorney to come on down. We'll talk to him.
We're not talking. They said you guys can wait to schedule. You guys can call LMIS's office.
Okay, that's fine. We'll have him come down if he wants to talk to us now. We're not going to be calling anybody.
We're not going to be...
We have investigations to do, man.
Well, we're not
going to
find
out what's going on.
These guys have already let people go that were involved.
Okay, probably because they already have their contact information, dude. We're stepping in, and we have our detectives from state police coming over.
With a father like that, it's no surprise that Porfirio has turned out to be the way he is. William Brown seems like an extremely hostile man, with little regard for what his son has done, even remorselessly commenting about how the body is in the back instead of acknowledging her as someone's daughter.
To a unit.
What unit? Well, did you bring the unit to the house?
No, we're walking down the main street.
For what? For what? That's what I'm asking.
That's all I have to tell you. He's being detained at this time. I think it's pretty obvious what he's doing.
Well, but what? He didn't do nothing.
Listen, he's being detained. I didn't say he's being arrested. He's being detained with us. That's it. That's going to be in the end of it, okay?
He's not leaving the road. He's just going to sit in this.
You guys can't bring him to the house, the unit to the house?
No, because it's a crime scene. I can't let anyone in there.
So that's the other thing. How long is this going to take?
As long as it takes. I can't give you an answer because it'll be the
I know,
wrong
but
answer.
how long is this going to take? Because, we don't have a place to go.
12 to 24 hours.
I just got to hold on to you, okay?
We don't have another place to go.
Is that better?
I mean, you appreciate that there's a dead girl on your porch, right?
Yeah.
I don't have an option either. So you know where to go, but I don't have an option.
No matter how much his father may support him, in the eyes of the law, Porfirio is a murderer, and he will be treated as such. If William Brown put the same amount of energy he's putting in defending his son into actually raising him properly, they might have not been in this situation today.
I'll be okay, okay? I love you, okay?
They ain't got nothing on me, I ain't worried.
Barb.
They ain't got nothing on me, because I ain't do nothing.
It's okay. Just keep your mouth quiet. We have a lawyer. It's gonna be okay, but you're gonna have to drink something.
I can't. Bro, my wrists are all getting cut into.
Settle down. You have to settle down. You have to be calm right now, okay?
My wrists are getting cut into.
It's okay. Here. Barb, I know.
I can't.
You're arrested. I can't do anything about that.
And as far as a black SUV, it's not. That's not panning out. Okay. Does that make sense?
If you're saying I can't tell you because I was at work.
Okay, and I get that. But another thing that you need to understand is there's a lot of guns in that house, right? Mm-hmm. And none of them are secured.
Most of them are secured. I have a few that are out.
You have a few that are out. Okay, with that right there, have your hands, put your hands on your back.
Porfirio still has an attitude after what took place, being disrespectful with his mother and saying the police have no evidence on him. All of this speaks volumes on him as a person, as well as his upbringing. He's eventually taken into custody, along with his father, who left his guns out unsupervised. After all of this, Porfirio is charged with murder. Case 3. If you thought Porfirio was too young to be shooting people, you haven't seen anything yet, because this 10-year-old girl shot a woman who was simply arguing with her mother. Just before midnight on the 30th of May 2022, Orlando Police Department officers responded to reports of gunfire at an apartment complex. When they arrived on the scene, they discovered LaShawn Denise Rogers lying on the ground with a gunshot wound. For context, in honor of Memorial Day and the long weekend, the victim's boyfriend claims he and LaShawn were cooking outside on the grill that evening. At that point, according to reports, Lucretia Isaac, the suspect's mother, went up to LaShawn and started an argument over a recent dispute between the two. When the debate got heated, Lucretia's 10-year-old daughter, who had been standing silently behind her mother the entire time, pointed a gun at LaShawn and shot her in the head. Following is the footage of officers arriving on the scene for the first time.
Orlando Police Department, you're inside. Come out with your hands up. Do it now.
Who is this lady here? She's the one who saw her run inside.
They were also telling me the same thing. Like I said, when I
saw the light turn on.
Yeah,
right?
when I got here, the light was on. About 10 minutes after we started, it turned off. So there's someone for sure in there.
Both these windows?
Yes, it's all this bottom up.
Whole bottom floor, right?
Whole bottom.
Witnesses told officers that Lucretia and her daughter ran inside the apartment complex after the shooting. So the officers wait outside patiently, eager to catch the two criminals. At the same time, the officers try to prevent people from coming near the apartment in an attempt to sort out the chaos.
Oh, you going to jail? That stupid shit. What the wrong with you? You are ignorant.
Yeah, I should have walked that whole. I would have took that charge.
They're saying just one more.
You drunk ass dirty.
One more order in there.
The police saving you. I want to make it to booking. She ain't going to booking tonight. I want to meet her.
That's all right.
All right. I want to meet you.
Y'all should have been there. Let's get on that whole ass. What y'all trying to say?
Come back. That's it. Get that whole
Unfortunately, it is difficult to control every single person, and a crowd gathers not much later, spewing profanities toward Lucretia and her daughter. While the duo may be in the wrong, the way these women are acting is not right either.
Due to her age,
it's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's still gonna be
charged though.
But if she handed her the bag, and the little girl went in the bag,
and
if they're fighting.
Well, you guys need to be very specific when the text.
Well, I wasn't here. I was home. They called me. Okay. But she was here. That's why I asked her, did you talk to the police? Because they need to know this.
Yeah, because then they
can charge the mama.
Well, I mean, she gets charged with something for sure.
Yeah, she needs to be that girl. You know, I know that girl when she was a little girl. We all been living out. They all been living out for years. I just moved out of here because 3 years ago my grandbaby got shot out. Thank the Lord she lived. She okay, she lived.
Other witnesses then asked the officer how the matter will proceed, considering the age of the suspect being only 10 years. It is during this conversation that we discover the complex has a shady history, as the witness states her grandchild was also shot 3 years ago in the same place. But now it's time to finally hear from the victim's boyfriend.
Oh my God! Without hesitation, 10 years old.
What were they arguing?
She came over and argued. I didn't even know what it was, but I know my girl said she didn't know what talking about. But the girl was drunk. She was.
And she came up and started.
Yeah, she started and then she got mad and got loud and then hit Bone. And she hit her back.
Okay.
And then I tried to break it up, tell Bone, come on. Then when she snatched it from me, by the time I turned around, the little girl.
Did you see where the girl got the gun from?
I guess she got it from my mama. Come on, I put it back in the purse because they pointed at me and I ran in the house.
What color purse was it?
I ain't remember, like a beige, tan, or pink, some color like that.
Do you know if it was like a crossbody, like going crossbody, or we might
It
be
was like a
going
little
there,
bag,
like a little tote?
Yeah, I ain't sure. I ain't want. All I know she put it back. I know she gave
put
it to
it
the
back
girl.
in
The little
there?
girl took it out of the bag. It's crazy. How the little girl had the gun. The little girl had the gun. She pulled the trigger.
Another interesting detail is uncovered. Apparently, Lucretia handed the 10-year-old girl a bag that contained the gun during her dispute with LaShawn. This prompted the little girl to pull out the gun and subsequently shoot the victim in the face. After this, Lucretia and her daughter are finally taken into custody, but the mother isn't one to quiet down easily.
Attorney, don't say my child. It's on camera. Don't say my child unless you got an attorney.
To your child.
Okay, I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that before y'all even try to talk to her.
Okay.
Don't say my child unless you got an attorney.
We have not said
Okay,
anything.
I know you ain't saying no yet.
Okay.
Don't say my child unless you got.
What's up?
I'm talking to my baby.
Oh, you're talking to your baby?
I sure was.
Okay, I just heard y'all.
Okay.
What's up?
I was telling my baby I love her.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I can't
She
talk
said
to my
the same
child.
thing. No, not right now.
I can't tell my child, please.
No, I can tell her that. I mean, she's been saying the same thing, okay? But unfortunately,
my baby, like for real, I just want to talk to my baby.
ma'am, we can't right now, okay? When the officers get here and talk to you and do all that, then we'll be able to, okay?
Okay.
Alright. It shouldn't be that much longer, okay? Just sit.
Alright.
Okay, just.
Instead of admitting her daughter's fault and owning up to her fault in the situation, Lucretia directs her aggression to the officer, rudely saying she wants none of them talking to her child. Her uncooperativeness only increases down in the police station. Eventually, Lucretia is charged with manslaughter by culpable negligence, neglect, and aggravated assault with a firearm. Her 10-year-old daughter, on the other hand, potentially faces a murder charge. Case 4. This next story is from Oklahoma, where a 12-year-old girl is accused of fatally stabbing her 9-year-old brother. Her mother thinks her daughter might have been going through a manic episode at the time of the attack, highlighting warning indications that had surfaced in the weeks preceding the tragedy on the 5th of January. Following is the footage of the moment officers arrived on the scene.
Aylan, I'm so sorry. I'm so
Come here,
sorry.
come here.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're just gonna put handcuffs on just for now.
I'm sorry, just let me pull up my pants.
Where's the
I'm
knife?
sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. I don't know what chest. I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. Please. I'm so sorry. Julie, you better pray to God. I am sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
How old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
Where's the knife?
I was upstairs in my room and I threw it out the window, and it's behind the apartment right here.
You threw it where?
I threw it out my window upstairs.
Right
not
up here?
right there. It's the room. It's the other room. It's right behind the apartment. This apartment right here.
So where would the knife be? On that side?
Right behind.
Use
Yeah.
the knife?
I'm so fucking sorry, Mama. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. This is some demonic shit. I'm so sorry.
What's your mom's name? What's your mom's?
It is an extremely heartbreaking situation, and there's no telling what trauma the mother must be going through right now. However, what is commendable is the officer's composure and calmness while dealing with the girl.
The backside?
I can show you.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I really didn't want things to happen like this. This sucks. I'm so sorry. I'm probably gonna go to jail. I'm gonna live the rest of my life in prison.
That's it right there?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know what
Do me a favor. We're going to sit crisscross applesauce right here.
Okay.
Which one is it?
First apartment right here. Hey, she threw the knife over here.
Stay there. I'll look.
It's right there.
Okay.
The girl leads the officer to the place where she dropped the knife out of her window. As the officer tells her to sit in the grass, it suddenly becomes apparent just how young this girl is. Suddenly, the officer notices something on her wrists.
Stick your hands out like this for me. Do you have any cuts on you?
I do.
Where at?
On my arm.
Which arm?
Both of them. My left one is just small cuts.
Did you cut yourself?
Yes. Actually, I'm at my right arm. It just has the small cuts, and then my left one has the cuts. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Mom, and then fire and EMSA was. Hey, real quick, I'm gonna take you out of handcuffs and I'm gonna take your hoodie off, okay? That way we can see the cut that you have.
Okay.
Take your hood off for me.
It is revealed that there are cuts on the girl's wrists as a result of self-harm. The mother later reveals that her daughter attempted to self-harm the night before the crime, shedding light on the mental instability she was already going through. Even as she's placed in the police car, the girl's breakdown doesn't stop.
Take a breath.
I just want to wake up from this nightmare.
Take deep breaths, you know.
I ruined my life. I ruined my whole future.
No, nobody's ruined life, okay? Alright?
It's all my fault.
You're fine, you're fine. It's nobody's fault, okay? It's nobody's fault. Who watches you guys when your mom goes to work and all that?
It's just me.
Just you and your brother?
Yeah, I babysit. Because I have a 3-year-old brother. He just turned 3 in October, but he goes to his dad's every week. He goes to his dad's every weekend, but we got a day early today. So we just went to his dad's house, and I don't want to see him.
What is concerning is the lack of interest she shows in the well-being of her brother, rather more worried about herself and her future. She constantly asks the officer whether she'll go to jail instead of asking how her brother is doing.
Are the handcuffs necessary? I'm a good child.
I know you're a good child, but that's just what we have to do, policy. Especially if you're sitting in my car, you know.
Gotta itch my eye.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even know if my mom will want me to live there anymore.
Your mom loves you, okay? Your brother loves
They
you
won't
too.
trust me anymore.
What are you talking
They
about?
wouldn't be able to trust me anymore after what I did. They would probably be too scared to even let me back in the house.
No, it's okay.
I'm not saying that I will go to jail, but if I were to go to jail, how long would I be there for?
So it's kind of a difficult question. So first of all, you're too young to go to jail.
Juvie?
So juvenile detention and jail, two completely different things.
The sudden tone change when the girl asks whether the handcuffs are necessary really throws the situation under a whole different light. After that momentary change in attitude, she goes back to her crying. But as soon as she finds out she won't be going to jail, she's relieved. However, the same relief is nowhere to be found on the mother's face.
I'll give you guys
Hi.
Hi. How are you? Go back over there and give them some time. She was upstairs, he was downstairs asleep, and she just heard screaming. Come down there, and she thought that he was just having a nightmare until she saw the blood.
Okay.
So
The officer completes all the questioning for the mother, and as he leaves, her gut-wrenching cries can be heard behind. While the exact motive behind the stabbing remains unclear, the mother later revealed that her daughter had expressed wanting to stab her brother weeks before the incident. Currently, no charges have been filed against the girl due to her age. Case 5. Adim. The last case is definitely the most tragic of them all, as Adim Berry fatally shot not only his own mother, but also severely injured her mother's boyfriend. According to Adim Berry's brother, the two victims got into a fight on Saturday in their Riverview home, and then there were multiple gunshots. The sibling fled the house to avoid the violence, fearing he was next on his brother's hit list. Berry fled from his neighborhood with a gun, leaving his mother dead in the driveway, and went looking for her injured partner, who had taken refuge at a neighbor's house. It is during this time that police showed up on the scene, being met with an unstable Adim.
I don't want to hurt you, bro. I do not want to shoot you. Put it down. You don't want to end it this way. You don't want to end it this way, brother. I promise you. Whatever happened today, it can be fixed. Don't pull the trigger. Put it down. Adim, put it down, buddy. Don't do it, man. Put it down. All the way up in the air. Keep walking toward me. Keep walking toward me. Adim, come on, buddy. Don't retreat. Come back this way. Come toward me, man.
In a tense face-off with the suspect, Adim puts the firearm against his head multiple times, while the officers call out for him not to pull the trigger. The cops express a great deal of compassion for the suspect.
When you get to over here, I'm gonna have you, listen to me, I'm gonna have you lay down on the ground, and my gun is going in my holster, I promise you. If you will walk toward me, keep your hands up, Adim. Keep your hands up. Don't go back toward that thing, man. Walk toward me with your hands up. I'm gonna walk you through every process. Please don't pick that back up. Please don't. Hey, one person talking. Please don't pick that back up. I got you. I got you, dog. I'm telling you, I got you. Listen to how this will go. If you'll walk out to me with your hands up in the air. When you get to about right here, I'm gonna have you lay down on the ground. My gun is going in the holster. Bet that. It's going in the holster. Don't pick it up, Adim. Don't do it, buddy. You made such a good choice putting it down, bro. Just leave it on the ground, Adim. Walk all the way out. All the way. Keep coming. Keep coming to me. Keep coming to me. Keep coming. I'm going to tell you when to stop. Keep coming to me, bud. Keep coming. Keep coming. Come on. You're good, bro. You're good.
This officer is really trained on how to handle situations like these, as he calls out for his fellow officers to speak one at a time. He then offers Adim the olive branch of understanding, hoping his words can penetrate the unstable haze that has taken over the suspect.
Down in the grass. Lay down in the grass. Lay down in the grass. Lay down in the grass. Watch. Lay all the way down. My gun is going in its holster. Somebody's got cover. All right. Hey, I was all the way down. Have we exfilled from that house? How old are you, bud? 14? Who did you shoot?
Cancel aviation. Aviation on channel 1066.
Who'd you shoot?
As before, we copy 1066.
Look at me in my eyeballs. I don't have a clue what just happened in there. We're gonna find out, right? You made whatever choices you made. That's the best choice you made all day long. Thank you.
A miracle happens as the officer is able to convince Adim not to pull the trigger on himself. He then further consoles the 14-year-old boy by reassuring him that it is the best choice he's made. Currently, Adim is facing murder and attempted murder charges.